he's happy we're at this point.
I'm with you. How you feeling, bud?
I feel good. I
Yeah.
feel good. I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the recovery looking like right now? I know you saw some on the court stuff. Just what is it looking like right now with the recovery?
Yeah. I mean, I 6 months at October 3rd.
Okay.
So I was originally given like a 6 month process or time to get back. Have another follow up mid-October. The last step for me is really just getting 5-on-5 full contact. Uh, haven't gone contact against a player yet.
Okay.
Not clear to do that, but everything else, I've been 1-on-0 for 4 months now,
So
which has been a lot of fun. So
you're itching to get back just to get
it's to get back, go against somebody else.
Sure.
How does
Yeah.
everything feel? The shot, everything else, with the shoulder being the issue.
Feels good. It all does. Like I said, it's a lot of 1v0. Really, I've been in the gym like a regular off season since early June. Just haven't been able to go pick up or go live against anybody. But everything else feels really good.
You talked about focusing on all of the aspects of basketball this offseason as opposed to just the offense that you played in last year. How much is being able to go 1v1, 1v none, kind of help that?
Yeah, I mean, just getting back to myself, obviously. Continuing to work on anything. That's kind of how we left it off. I think last time we all spoke is really taking this summer to continue to be a better basketball player as a whole, and I feel like I've done that. And ready to obviously put it to the test against other guys, but spent a lot of time, hours in the gym, hours in the weight room, hours rehabbing. So I'm excited to get back and do the fun part.
Kevin, for as good of a shooter as you are, you seem to get maybe a lot more open looks defensively than a team could or should be giving you because of playing with guys like Fox and Domas. Now adding DeMar to that fold and how much attention he'll draw away from yourself and keep getting guys on the perimeter, does that make your eyes light up with the idea of how many looks you're going to get?
Yeah, it does. It does. Obviously, DeMar is a special offensive player, has been since he's been in the NBA. Unfortunately, I've had to play against him for 6 years now. So it'll be interesting to see how teams guard us. I don't know if I know the answer to that yet. We'll figure that out. But there's a lot of answers teams are going to have for us on any given night, and whether let Fox go 1-on-1 or DeMar go 1-on-1 or let Domas go 1-on-1, it's in a lot of ways it'll be pick your poison. And so I'm looking forward to more catch and shoot opportunities. I feel like my time in SAC, a lot of it has been off the move and really working for a lot of the shots that I'm getting, with obviously the attention that Domas and Fox have always gotten. But some of those easier looks, the catch and shoot, get more in transition, being in the right spot, and just getting off to play off those guys.
You shared before that Domas is one of the easiest guys in the league to play with because he'll always find you. What do you think about the two-man game between Domas and DeRozan and how those two work?
Yeah, I know they've worked on it a little bit this summer. Those guys spent some time in the gym together, and I think they're still continuing to figure that out. But Domas is an easy guy to play with. He truly wants to pass first. His being aggressive and going to score is something that is almost like a second option in his head. And sometimes we tell him to go get it and go get a bucket. So I'm sure they'll figure it out.
What kind of test was this summer, knowing that the season was what it was, both collectively and for you individually? Was this one of the toughest experiences you've had in the summer gearing up for the season, knowing that you were limited in what you could do?
Nah, the summer was a lot easier than last season. So the summer I was able to get back and get in the gym with people I'm comfortable with, and the rehab wasn't fun. Obviously, anyone who knows that, it's 6 months of rehabbing the same thing. It gets a little tedious, and the day in, day out of doing it every day gets tough. But it's been a long road to get back where I am. I feel good, and you're kind of ready to flip the page a little bit and get after it.
Kev, you're looking kind of swole. What's the summer strength program been like? How have you added a little weight, and how much might that help you to slide over and play a little more three if they need you?
Yeah, we'll see. Again, I think I'm ready to see how all the pieces for us fit together, how everything is put together in training camp. But for everything else, it's been good. You rehab a shoulder, it's a lot of accessory lifts, a lot of shoulder work, triceps, biceps, everything that guys love to get in there and do. And so, a lot of band work, rehab, getting to do those types of things. But I played a lot of different positions throughout my career. my time here has been mostly at the 2, but my time in Atlanta before that was a lot of different positions, and I think I've always been able to do that. And again, well, that's for Mike and our coach staff to figure out.
Is your weight up a little bit?
It is as of right now, but honestly, every year in training camp I lose weight, so I'll tell you again in 3 weeks. Yeah.
Have anybody randomly or unexpectedly reached out to talk to you about how to deal with, a long-term injury and kind of?
No, not really. Old coaches, I guess, that I haven't necessarily spoken to, day after day in a couple of years. Old coaches that have reached out and just kind of been like, some of my old college guys, just, we know you're going to get through this, keep your head down, work hard, that type of thing. But no, not too much. No one really that random.
We know how the physical ramp up is going for you with the injury, but how are you feeling just mentally entering the season?
I feel good. I honestly am ready to get back and play against somebody else. You get to this point, and if I had to wake up for another month and continue to just go 1v0, or just me, myself, and a coach and a rebounder in a gym, I'd probably go a little bit crazy. So I'm ready to get cleared and start to go against somebody else.
Playing off what Mark said, have you talked to Devin about his injury and about what the process is like?
Yeah, me and Dev have unfortunately spent more hours than I think we would like to, just us two here. But yeah, he said, last time he's been through this kind of injury before. Not sure all his details and what doctor he used, but he said he was back quicker than 6 months last time. So that was kind of one thing we talked about, and I think he was in college and had a different surgeon than I did, and so he says it's tedious. Like it's the shoulders. It's a tough thing to rehab just because there's so many different angles and motions that you have to be strong in. But he seems, unfortunately, he's been through it already, so he kind of knows what it takes.
Is there much of a catch-up period when you come back from this? I mean, obviously, I've experienced this yet. Once you've cleared for contact, do you think that ramp-up period?
Yeah, they've talked about it. It starts 1-on-1, 2-on-2, playing against coaches a little bit, 3-on-3. Hopefully, in training camp, I can continue to get in shape, and that won't be an issue when I get back to 5-on-5. But there's it's the NBA. The speed of the game, initially at first, is something that you can't replicate until you're actually in and you're playing. And so we'll get a lot of reps in practice. You guys know we will. And but it'll start 1s, 2s, 3s against coaches, and then go up from there and play 5s.
Last one.
Is your goal to get back in time for a little bit of the preseason or the start of the regular season, or do you think it'll be a little after that?
If it was up to me, I said ideally I'd sneak back in at some point in the preseason or for game 1, but I'm going to be smart. I'm going to listen to my surgeon. This whole path has been you kind of follow his direction, and he knows best, and that's why he did it. So continue to work hard like I have been, and when I get back, this thing will be behind me and not hopefully something I'm continuing to deal with.
Thanks, everyone.